555 Bay Road, Dover, Delaware. Turn the meeting over to County Administrator Kevin Sipple.
Thank you, Madam President. This meeting is being held in person at 555 Bay Road, Dover, Delaware, in the Levy Court Chambers. We're also making it available via the internet through WebEx. Participants can join us by phone or by computer during the meeting. There will be an opportunity for public comment and for those attending in person or online. When the President opens the public comment period, those attending in person may step forward to one of the two podiums and be recognized. If you're joining us by phone and wish to comment, please press *3, which will raise your electronic hand. Our operator will identify you and bring you into the meeting. Pressing *6 will mute and unmute your line. If you're online and you will see a hand and microphone icon at the bottom of your screen. Please use those at the appropriate times. We ask guests to begin public comments by stating their name and address for the record. The county attorney will administer an oath of affirmation to anyone giving testimony during a public hearing. We ask that the public comments relate to the subject announced by the President. In addition to public hearings, there are two public comment periods, one at the beginning of the meeting for agenda items and one near the end of the meeting for general comments. This meeting is being recorded and will follow the rules and procedures adopted by Levy Court, as well as the Mason Rules of Order. Back to you, Madam President.
Thank you. I would ask Commissioner Angel to do the invocation, Commissioner Hertz to do the Pledge of Allegiance, Commissioner Sweeney for the moment of silence for our troops and first responders. Please stand.
Heavenly Father, we come before you tonight and asking us to keep our minds open, our hearts full of your glory, and helping the people we serve. And to remember, we do this under you and the knowledge that you have given us. In this name we pray. Amen.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence for military, law enforcement, firefighters, paramedics, and other first responders who have given their lives in the line of duty. Please remember these individual first responders who died in the line of duty, as well as keeping their families in your thoughts and prayers as they deal with the loss of their loved ones. Paramedic firefighter Mark Keller from the Mesa Fire and Medical Department, Arizona. Cadet Simeon Williams from the Cleveland Division of Fire in Ohio, and Major Les Leatherman from the Laurel County Fire Department in Kentucky. Thank you.
Ms. Tanaka, roll call.
Mr. Angel?
Present.
Mr. Hall?
Here.
Mr. Hertz?
Here.
Mr. Pepper?
Mr. Pepper?
I'll come back. Mr. Scott?
Here.
Mr. Sweeney?
Here.
Mr. Pepper? I'll count him absent for now. And then Mrs. Maston?
Present.
Madam President, roll call reveals 6 present, 1 absent.
Okay, we do have a quorum. We have 6 members present, and hopefully 1 will be calling in here shortly. Next item is the adoption of the agenda. Motion, please.
So moved, Madam President.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Scott, second by Commissioner Angel. Any questions? Roll call.
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper? Absent. Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 6 yeas, 1 absent.
Roll call indicates agenda has been adopted. The next item we have is we ask for public comment on any agenda item that's not covered under a public hearing. Does anyone have anything they wish to address with Levy Court that's not covered under a public hearing? Anyone online?
For those of us who are joining us online, if you would like to make public comments at this time, please indicate by raising electronic hand or pressing star 3 if you're joining us by phone. I see no hands raised online at this time, Madam President. And if we could just check to see if President Pepper has joined us. Sorry, Commissioner Pepper.
I'm online. Do you hear me?
We can now. Thank you. We now have 7 commissioners.
I had a few difficulties getting hooked up here, but I'm here now.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, we have a couple presentations. Ms. Tanaka, the first one, Resolution 4104.
Retirement of Diane M. Rager. Whereas the retirement of Diane M. Rager, an employee of Kent County, State of Delaware, from her duties as Chief Deputy in the Register of Wills Office, presents a suitable opportunity for expressing the esteem in which we hold Diane M. Rager as a good and faithful public servant. Therefore, be it resolved that the County of Kent expresses its warmest appreciation and thanks to Diane M. Rager for the able and loyal manner in which she performed her public duties. Be it further resolved that this resolution be her evidence of a right to the pension provided by the Kent County Employees Retirement Program, and that this resolution be and hereby is incorporated into the official minutes of the May 20th, 2025 meeting of the Kent County Levy Court.
Need a resolution? Motion to accept Resolution 4104?
Make a motion, Madam President, to accept Resolution 4104, retirement of Diane Rager.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Scott to accept the retirement of Diane Rager, second by Commissioner Hertz. Any questions? Roll call?
Mr. Angel?
No. But she earned it, so I'll have to say yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Unfortunately, yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Sadly, yes. Could the commissioners join me down front, please?
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
No?
Diana, up here. Oh, it's probably your district, right?
No, she's mine.
Diane, even though I haven't known you long, only 4 years, it seems like I've known you forever, and I sure do miss you coming up to my office every Tuesday night and sitting down and chatting. But on behalf of Kent County Levy Court, I sincerely appreciate everything that you've done for the county, and I know you're looking forward to retirement and doing all those fun things that you haven't been able to do. So I wish you nothing but the very, very best. Oh.
Pete, you want to go first? Diane, sad to see you go. We've, I think, built a very strong relationship over the last couple of years. You've been a huge help, and it's always been nice to come in and see a big smile. Even when frustration hit, you were still smiling. You had a lot of different conversations, and for that, I'm thankful, and I appreciate everything that you've done for Kent County as well as myself.
Yes, Diane, you did a very good job for us. You did, I mean, DJ is going to have an easier job because you were there. I can honestly say that. I know DJ too. So, but anyway, we're going to miss you. Enjoy yourself. I think you were as you're walking up, hugging everybody here. You're enjoying it too much already. Thank you.
Look, everybody's acknowledged what you've done for Kent County Levy Court. But what they haven't acknowledged yet, and what I hope the rest of them do, is what you've done for people in this county who have come to your office at the worst possible time in their lives, and you've helped them. You helped me, my wife, and my father-in-law's family, And we're very grateful for that and grateful for your assistance and grateful for everything that you've done for the families in Kent County. You're a great loss to the county by leaving today.
Diane, I just want to thank you for your help that you've given me when I first got elected. You know, I got elected and you were right there with open arms to teach me everything that I needed to know to help serve the people of Kent County better. And it was really an honor to work with you. And I kind of wish it was a little bit longer, but thank you for all your hard work and all your dedication.
Yeah, I'm going to be real sad to see you leave, and I appreciate all the people that you helped me in the short time that I've been commissioner, but what I'm going to miss most is them cookies you bring up to my office.
Well, this is a retirement. The cookies are still gonna. Okay. Well, to Commissioner Sweeney's point, you know, about 7 months ago, I went through a rough time, and everyone in the office was just fantastic. It just made it as easy as it could be, and so appreciate everything you've done for the county. It's really important. Thank you.
Congratulations, Diana. I'm definitely going to miss those conversations that we would have in the hallway. And today I did have an opportunity to talk with Diana and her husband. And now that she's retired, she started her own landscaping business. And I found out from her husband today that she cut almost an acre of property today with a push mower. So if anyone's looking for somebody with a push, she's got a push mower, she'll be able to cut some grass. Congratulations.
That's your turn.
Well, I'm going to keep it sweet and short. I want to thank everybody for the opportunity. The county especially wanted to say thank you to Tracy and Amy. They're here tonight. Rose isn't here, but they have had my back every step of the way. And they are the people that are on the front line, and they are what makes that office run. And I would like to thank my husband, he's here, and my two sons that aren't able to come tonight for all their help and understanding and listening to the good and the bad and the ugly. Thank you.
Would you like to speak?
Sure.
Ms. Tanaka, Employee of the Month.
Kent County department heads have selected Amy Brannon from the Register of Wills office as the June 2025 Employee of the Month. Amy is a Wills Clerk 2 in the Kent County Register of Wills office. She began her career with the county in February 2024 as a Wills Clerk 1. With a strong background in administrative and office management, Amy brings valuable expertise and professionalism to her role. Her dedication and contributions led her to her promotion to Wills Clerk 2 in August 2024. Amy's current responsibilities include reviewing and verifying estate inventories, examining wills for real estate and asset transfers, processing estate claims, and ensuring compliance with inventory requirements for probated estates. She also prepares and indexes records for archiving and assists the public through research, as well as by corresponding with legal representatives and court personnel to ensure accurate filings. Beyond her exceptional customer service and positive attitude, Amy consistently demonstrates a strong commitment to the success of our office. Her eagerness to learn and take on new challenges has enabled her to master numerous roles within the office, often taking the initiative to understand processes beyond her primary duties. According to the Kent County Registrar of Wills, DJ Cox, Amy approaches each day with a friendly, upbeat attitude that uplifts everyone around her. Whether engaging with the public, assisting coworkers, or managing her daily responsibilities, she consistently brings a smile and a calm, reassuring presence to every situation. Her dedication and positive energy leave a lasting impression each day. Congratulations, Amy, on a job well done. And Amy resides in Commissioner Sweeney's and Pepper's districts. And the tribute reads, Kent County Levy Court, June 2025, Employee of the Month, Amy Brannon. On this, the 20th day of May 2025, the Levy Court of Kent County, State of Delaware, does hereby recognize Amy S. Brannon, Wills Clerk 2, Kent County Register of Wills Office, for her exceptional initiative, dedication, and conscientiousness in the delivery of services to the citizenry of the county.
Amy, it goes without saying to start here in February of 2024, with just a little over a year of service with the county, for you to be recognized like this by your peers says a lot about the quality of individual that you are and the willingness to go above and beyond. And so we're really grateful that we have you here. Before I pass the mic along, I kind of forgot President Pepper, or Commissioner Pepper before. Commissioner Pepper, would you like to speak in regards to Amy Brannon?
Sure, Amy, congratulations. Your hard work has really paid off. You serve a great purpose within the county, and you deal with people that probably is experiencing the worst part of their lives. So keep up the good work. Help DJ. We know he needs it. And congratulations again.
Yeah, congratulations. To be Employee of the Year a little over a year in, out 300 and some employees, that's amazing. So you must be doing one heck of a job down there. Congratulations.
Yeah, Amy, it says a lot that you got a promotion and now Employee of the Month. At the same time, thanks for all you do. It's a tough job, helping people in a tough time. So thank you for that.
Amy, on behalf of all the employees here at the county, congratulations on being selected Employee of the Month. You've had a busy year, a new boss, a new office. I walk in there and I see all the smiles by the employees, a parking spot. I mean, what's next? I just don't know, but congratulations.
Amy, it's always a pleasure when I come down. You would always be sitting there with a smile no matter what was going on around you. So it was always delightful to see, and thank you for everything that you do for the county as well as the residents of the county. There you go, Mr. Sweeney. I hit it for you.
Yes, Amy, thank you very much. In today's world, we don't have enough people that answer the phone, talk to the public like you do. And that's something that's been a lost art. But thank you for doing that, and you're very good at it, and it shows. Thank you.
Amy, you've already heard my position on what the Wills Department does. With DJ and now with Diane leaving, more of the pressure falls on you. I hope to see you again here next year, getting another one with another chance to get into the Employee of the Year. Congratulations, and we very much appreciate everything that you do.
Amy, congratulations. It was truly an honor to be able to nominate you, and I thank the staff here for going forward and picking you. You know, when I came in, I needed a lot of help to get my feet on the ground and keep the office running. And Amy, you were absolutely just one of the most important parts to that, you and Diane, to making sure that the office kept running smoothly and that we were moving in the right direction. And thank you so much for just being you. Thank you.
I'm truly honored to have been chosen to be the Employee of the Month. Thank you, DJ, for nominating me and for everyone else who voted for me. I'm very grateful to be a part of Kent County Levy Court, and I just look forward to continuing to grow and learn more and get better at what I do. And I also want to thank Diane for taking a chance on me. So thank you. And thank you to all my family who always is here to support me, and my friends too. So thank you.
Congrats. Ms. Horsey, do we have introductions?
It is truly a pleasure to introduce tonight Ms. Portia Oden. Portia was hired in April. Let me go back. Portia came to the county. She started off as a temp in the HR office in January of 24, and that was at a time when we needed her the most. We were down a HR tech. Alan Quiela had retired, and she really stepped in and helped keep the office running. She stayed on, she picked up, she would go be a floater in the mailroom and in the admin office, and we have just come to love Portia, and it was truly a blessing and an honor when the position came available in the mailroom when April retired, that Portia had a chance to interview and ultimately was selected for the position. So she comes to you as a new full-time employee, but she's been with the county for a year and some months, and we're happy to keep her on, and we hope that she'll thrive in the county and just become one of our team members and family members. So I'd like to introduce Portia Oden.
Good evening. I just want to say thank you for the opportunity, and I'm glad to be a part of Kent County Levy Court and get to know everyone.
Any commissioners have any words of wisdom for Portia? Welcome, Portia. We look forward to many years of working with you.
Thank you.
Okay, at this point, we're going to start our public hearings. First one is petition for condition regarding site plan approval. Ms. Kiefer?
Good evening, Commissioners. First, just a word about how the hearings tonight will be conducted. This public hearing is being conducted for the purpose of giving the citizens of the county the opportunity to present testimony on the applications before the levy court. Everyone will have a chance to speak. All statements are to be made from the podium at the front of the room. For the record, please give your name and address. Copies of any written statements or exhibits used during the hearing should be presented for identification and inclusion in the record. For each application before the levy court, the president will introduce the application. Then the levy court will receive testimony from all of those in favor. Testimony will then be received from those who may be opposed. After everyone has had an opportunity to speak, the hearing on the application will be closed, and the levy court will take what action it deems appropriate. Levy court's decision will be based upon public hearing testimony given at this meeting and a recommendation submitted to the levy court by the Regional Planning Commission. I would ask that that recommendation be included by reference in the permanent record of the meeting established by the clerk of the peace. The public notice of this hearing was published in the April 30th, 2025 edition of the Delaware State News. The first item before Levy Court tonight, CS 1505. This is a revision to the existing conditional use site plan for DE Turf. What they're proposing, currently it is a commercial recreation facility, high intensity, and the proposal is to add a storage building, additional bleachers, and a stadium support building. The entire site is about 126 acres, but the project area is only 2 acres. The site is southeast of Frederica. The proposal meets all of the original conditions of approval, and the Regional Planning Commission voted unanimously to recommend approval of the application. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any commissioners have questions for Ms. Kiefer? Mr. Pepper, any questions?
None.
Thanks, Ms. Kiefer. At this point, we open it up. Is there anyone here who would like to speak in favor of application CS 1505 for the DE Turf Sports Complex?
Bring that microphone up a little bit. Good evening, Commissioners. My name is John Falkowski. I'm a civil engineer with Becker Morgan Group, here on behalf of DE Turf, and I'd like to present tonight.
Sir, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Proceed.
Is the screen working tonight? Touch screen? Doesn't look to be on. No screen tonight? Okay. I'll point with my finger. Should at least switch. All right, I'll have him advance the slide. Sorry, this isn't working tonight. So we're here tonight on behalf of DE Turf. You can see the star on the plan there is the location of a new stadium support building. This has been a very successful project, and it does warrant a new stadium support building. You're all familiar with DE Turf facility located at 4000 Bay Road, Frederica. It is an existing conditional use plan. This was heard many years ago. 13 approved turf fields. They constructed 12. We did come back for the commercial facility out front, and we've had several buildings approved administratively along the way. Next slide, please. The proposed support building is almost 5,500 square feet. It's to support the locker rooms, bathrooms with showers, a meeting room, a small catering kitchen, and then the support room for storage and mechanical, electrical. We did also provide on the site plan room for expansion of the building, so we did include that with the site plan, and I'll show you on the site plan the expansion of that building. And then we also included a storage building on this side of the parcel. There is one on the north, quite a ways away. Next slide, please. So we're here tonight because the original site plan, we have exceeded or are about to exceed the 5,000 square foot threshold that Chapter 187 has. So you can see the buildings highlighted in yellow. Those are the original buildings, the support building and the 3 concession buildings and the original maintenance building. In green are several little small projects that DE Turf has built over the years that were approved by planning staff administratively, and that totaled 3,900 square feet. So you can see we were coming up on the 5,000 square feet. Tonight we're proposing just under 10,000 square feet, which would have taken us over that threshold. So we're here tonight to present the revised site plan. Next slide. This is just an overhead shot. You can see the existing stadium support building on the left with the existing bleachers, and our proposal is basically to mirror that and do the, next slide please, do the proposed building on the north side of the site. So you can see 2 new sets of bleachers totaling about 1,300 capacity for seating, and then the building just behind it. And I can't point, unfortunately, but you can see 2 dashed black lines on either side kind of flanking the building. That would be the future expansion. We'll design the building in a way that it could be expanded should there be that need. Hardscape all surrounding the building for vendors to set up their tents and patrons to walk around. And then we have a sidewalk connection that goes through the existing pavilion, which isn't labeled. It's the little green building behind the new stadium support building. So it connects that building to all the pedestrian facilities throughout the site. And then in the bottom right-hand corner of that graphic, you'll see the location of the future storage building. Next slide, please. I won't go through these in detail. These are the original conditional use standards that the original plan met, and this plan will continue to meet. Next. And then I have a few renderings to share. So you can see the existing stadium support building and bleachers are on the right-hand side. The left-hand side, you can see the new building and bleachers. The architectural components of the building will match as far as the block and the brick and the roofing. It'll look almost identical and fit right in. And then you can see the existing pavilion connection in the back. Just a couple more views. There's a shot from the front. The idea is that you have the team rooms flanking on either side, and the players can come right out of the building, just like the building that's there now, and come right out of the tunnel right onto the field. Next, please. That's a shot from the back, just another perspective. You can see the architectural features that match the existing facilities out there. And ground level, just giving you another shot of that, the block and the architectural features. So we have read the staff report recommending conditional approval, and we will comply with all recommendations and approvals from that. So happy to take any questions. I have Mr. Dan Urick from DE Turf as well here, if there's any questions for either of us.
Any questions from the commissioners? Mr. Angel?
Thank you. John, over the years, this place has grown and grown and grown. And it said, it's something I just saw on there where it said adequate parking. I don't think you've had enough adequate parking yet because you're still adding parking.
Yeah, it seems like every time we add, there's a little bit need for more. There was roughly 1,000 parking spaces on the original plans, and they had added some gravel parking as overflow over the years. I'm not sure what the total count is now. It's probably about 1,300 if I were to put a number on it. So it should be adequate for the tournaments that they're hosting.
So there's more room for parking than coming up?
We haven't discussed that.
On the grass, I mean, it is what it is.
Yep, if they have the really large tournaments, there is some lining of the streets, if you will.
Yeah.
I know there's always the Field 13 location that hadn't been developed yet, but still kind of earmarked for that Field 13.
Thank you.
Any other commissioner? Commissioner Hertz?
Yeah, this is a pretty nice stadium you're building here. Are you eyeing in the future to hold D estate title events?
I'd have to defer to Dan. If Dan, can you speak to that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Go ahead and swear in. Daniel Yerrick, I'm Executive Director of DE Turf Sports Complex, 4000 Bay Road.
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Proceed.
To answer your question, so we are lined up, if the facility is complete in time by 2026, we will have the girls and boys lacrosse semifinals and state championships in this stadium. Still in works with DIAA regarding field hockey and soccer. Those are still in works, but our plan is to hopefully be a neutral site for all of Delaware high school sports in the future if they wish to come to the DE Turf.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions for the folks from DE Turf? Thank you. Is there anyone else here who would like to speak in favor of application CS 1505, the DE Turf Sports Complex?
If there's anyone joining us online that would like to speak in favor of this application, please indicate by raising an electronic hand or pressing *3 if you're joining us by phone. I see no hands raised at this time, Madam President.
Thank you. At this point, is there anyone here who would speak in opposition to application CS 1505, DE Turf Sports Complex? Please come forward.
Similarly, if you're joining us online and would like to speak in opposition to this application, please indicate by raising an electronic hand or pressing *3 if you're joining us by phone. Still no hands raised online at this time, Madam President.
Okay, at this point, I'll entertain a motion. Mr. Scott?
Thank you, Madam President. I make a motion for application CS 1505, reference DE Turf Complex, based on staff and RPC's recommendation.
Second.
We have a motion made by Commissioner Scott, second by Commissioner Sweeney. Any questions? Roll call, Ms. Tanaka?
Mr. Angel,
Yes, no opposition or reason stated.
Mr. Hall,
Yes, per staff and RPC recommendations.
Mr. Hertz,
Yes, per staff and RPC recommendations.
Mr. Pepper,
Yes, for all reasons stated. And the turf has quickly become one of the crown jewels of Kent County. We need to support that and continue its growth so it can support Kent County as well. Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney,
Yes, per all reasons stated, no public opposition. And to repeat what Commissioner Pepper just said, the D-Turf has become the biggest economic driver in Kent County since the Dover Motorsports. And we appreciate all their efforts to continue in that vein.
Mrs. Maston,
Yes, for all reasons stated.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Okay, roll call confirms 7 commissioners have voted in favor of this application. Thank you. We will now go into our second public hearing, Kent County Ordinance. Ms. Kiefer?
The next item before you tonight is ordinance LC 2508. This is an amendment to the zoning ordinance regarding creating a new use classification of distribution of agricultural products. It would permit the use as permitted with some conditions in the AC and AR zoning districts. Among the conditions, it's primarily setbacks and landscaping buffers to reduce any impact on nearby development. The Regional Planning Commission did consider this, and they voted unanimously to recommend approval of the ordinance. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions for Ms. Kiefer? Thanks, Ms. Kiefer. At this point, we'll open the public hearing to anyone who would like to come forward and speak in favor of ordinance LC 2508. Please come forward.
Good evening, Commissioners. I am William Donald Clifton, the Secretary of Agriculture for the state of Delaware.
Secretary Clifton, sir, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Proceed.
The Delaware Department of Agriculture has submitted written comments during the Planning Commission process. You may have seen those, but they are available, I'm certain, for your review. In addition, is that loud? A little background on myself. I'm a lifelong farmer in northeast Sussex County. More than 45 years, my son John now is the 4th generation of Clifton's operating a farm in Sussex County. And we're very proud of that. I've spent my life trying to preserve agriculture and enhance the opportunities for my family and all Delaware farming families. Besides a career in production agriculture, I've served twice as the Delaware Executive Director of the USDA Farm Service Agency. I've been a peer educator and Executive Director of the Delaware Farm Bureau. I was honored to be nominated to be DDA Secretary by Governor Meyer and am now proud to serve since January 28th of this year. I was noticing the county seal on the wall behind you, and it has 3 ears of corn on it. I would also, I don't think we have a state flag in here, but I know you all are familiar with it. I want to call your attention to the state flag. On prominent display are a farmer with his hoe in hand, an ear of corn, a shock of wheat, and a cow. These agricultural symbols dominate Delaware's state flag. This certainly was not by accident in the designing of the flag. It's up to us in the 21st century to ensure that these do not become merely historical symbols, but symbols of the present situation. In this ordinance, this ordinance is a protection and an enhancer of agricultural opportunities. And I was in the inland bays today looking at a situation with the aquaculture that is trying to emerge in Delaware. There's a lot of support for it, but we don't have currently the handling and the distribution facilities necessary to enable those interested in this oyster farming to be able to establish themselves and to create this industry, which could be an amazing economic driver. Now, in DDA, we're charged with devising and executing measures necessary for the development of the agricultural interests of the state. Among a long list of duties, DDA administers the Agricultural Lands Preservation Program, which a lot of you are familiar with, I'm sure. According to Title III of the Delaware Code, it is possibly the program DDA is most identified with. Delaware's program is one of the more successful state efforts across the nation, as measured by the percentage of statewide farmland preserved at around 30%. That's really a remarkable achievement. The program utilizes the purchase of easements, which prevents development of these lands for other than agricultural purposes. As farmland values have appreciated, the prospects for encouraging farmland owners to pursue the sale of such easements is diminished. There's not enough money budgeted to be able to purchase these easements to the extent of the interest. We've asked this year for, in the budget process, $10 million to purchase easements to preserve farmland. In the queue, we have a need for $157 million. So you can see the challenge that we have in getting beyond the 30% that we currently have preserved to a 50% or a 60%, to as high a level as possible. It's becoming more and more difficult as the lands become appreciated in value and the values of that the owners expect to get for selling the easements becomes more and more. The Ag Lands Preservation Program notwithstanding, the best farmland preservation strategy is to enhance the profitability of farming itself. This requires enhancing, not restricting, the marketing and distribution of the commodities which can be produced by Delaware's remaining farmers. Improving the handling and distribution of ag products enhances the opportunity to market our commodities profitably by our farm families. This ordinance contributes to this, and in our opinion at DDA, that is a worthy goal of your support. Thank you for your consideration. Does anyone have any questions?
Any questions for Mr. Clifton? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else here who would like to speak in favor of the project? Please come forward.
Good evening. My name is TJ Schiff. I'm a third-generation farmer in Kent County.
Address, sir. Address, sir. What's your address?
Oh, 16007 South DuPont Highway, Harrington, Delaware.
Mr. Schiff, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, sir?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Proceed.
Okay. As I was saying, I'm a third-generation Kent County farmer, and I fully support this ordinance as proposed and would be happy to answer any questions.
Questions for Mr. Schiff? No questions.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else here like to speak in favor of the project? Please come forward.
If there's anyone joining us online that would like to speak in favor of LC 2508, please indicate by raising your electronic hand or pressing *3 if you're joining us by phone. I see no hands raised online at this time, Madam President.
At this point, we open the hearing. Is there anyone here who speak in opposition to ordinance LC 2508? Please come forward.
Similarly, if you're online and would like to speak in opposition to LC 2508, please indicate by raising your electronic hand or pressing *3 if you're joining us by phone. Still no hands raised online, Madam President.
Thank you. At this point, Mr. Hall, motion?
Okay. Thank you, Madam President. I move to approve ordinance LC 25-08, distribution of ag products, an ordinance to amend Kent County Code, Volume 2, Chapter 205, zoning, as amended by revising Article 5, permitted uses, Section 205-53, permitted use table, and Section 205-54, agricultural uses, and Article 6, conditions of approval, Section 205-67, agricultural uses to add distribution of agricultural products as permitted use with conditions in the agricultural conservation and agricultural residential zoning districts.
We have a motion by Commissioner Hall. Do we have a second?
Second motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Hall, second by Commissioner Pepper. Discussion? Roll call, Ms. Tanaka?
Mr. Angel?
Reasons stated by Commissioner Hall, RPC approval and no opposition.
Mr. Hall?
Yes, per staff and RPC recommendation.
Mr. Hertz?
Yeah, I think this is a great thing for the farmers of Kent County and the whole state. The only problem I have is I didn't like how we got here. I think we could have gotten here a lot sooner and saved both sides a lot of fees on lawyers and stuff if things had gone the right way and stuff. So I'm really disappointed in how it was mishandled from the start. I just hope, Mr. Schiff, that you're considerate of the neighbors around there. But I'm voting yes.
Mr. Pepper?
First, I'd like to thank Secretary Clifton for taking time to come in and support this project. I think farming in Delaware and Kent County is truly threatened by development, threatened by offers from the solar companies, and it being difficult for farmers to farm. So whatever we can do to make it easier for farmers to farm, we've got to do. So with all the items that have been said that to support the motion, I vote yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes, Secretary Clifton, I also want to appreciate your comments and thank you for coming in. Based on the farmers in my district, the outreach and the statements of how much better this is going to be for them, it's going to give them an outlet that they possibly didn't have some time ago. So I think as a whole, I think part of me is kind of like Commissioner Hertz. It's a shame that both sides of us ended up spending what we spent to get to this point. But the important thing is now we're here. And the important thing is now that we try to make things right on both sides of the fence. So with that, my vote is a yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Secretary Clifton, thanks for being here. You had some enormous shoes to fill by taking this role. And just the fact that you're willing to come here, as Mr. Scoose was, and show your support of farmers, I think you're doing a heck of a job. Keep it up. Based on RPC approval and staff recommendation, my vote's yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Secretary Clifton, it's always a pleasure to see you, even more importantly for you to come out in favor of a project like this. So thanks again and keep up the great job. But obviously my vote is yes for all the reasons that have been stated.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Roll call, we have a full vote of 7 for the project. At this point, we're going to close the public hearing. Moving on to old business. The first item on the agenda is I need a motion to lift Resolution 4120 that we tabled on May 13th, 2024 from the table for action, resolution in support of local governance.
Madam President, move to lift Resolution 4120 from table.
We have a second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Sweeney, second by Commissioner Hertz. Any questions? Roll call.
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Now I'd need a motion to move forward with Resolution 4120.
Madam President, if you all will remember, last week we had the discussion and the resolution that was put before us last week had specifics. This resolution has removed that specificity, and Ms. Kiefer, who I do not see in the chambers anymore, did a great job of going back and looking at 1600 and 1700 legislation that really pointed out subsidiarity and what it means in Delaware, and to leave local decision-making authority up to local governments. So I'm moved to approve resolution. I believe, Ms. Tanaka, that we need to read Resolution 4120 into the record.
A resolution in support of local governance. Whereas the principle of subsidiarity is the concept that decision-making authority should be placed where responsibility for outcomes will occur and in close proximity to where actions are taken. And whereas the principle of subsidiarity holds that decisions and actions should be made at the most local level possible by the elected officials closest to community members. And whereas the state of Delaware has enabled local governments, including counties, to have jurisdiction over zoning and land use, recognizing local elected officials are best positioned to make such decisions in the best interest of the communities they serve. And whereas legislative efforts to preempt local decision-making authority undermines local government's ability to govern effectively in alignment with the community needs and values. Now therefore be it resolved that the Levy Court respectfully urges the General Assembly to respect and uphold the principle of subsidiarity and ensure that local governments retain reasonable authority to regulate zoning and land use in a way that reflects local values and priorities. Be it further resolved that Kent County Levy Court stands ready to work collaboratively with state policymakers to address statewide priorities while ensuring a balanced approach that honors the vital role of local government and the will of voters, and that this resolution be and hereby is incorporated into the official minutes of the May 20th, 2025 meeting of the Kent County Levy Court. The undersigned Kent County Levy Court Commissioners, as identified on the following page, hereby confirm their support for this resolution.
Thank you, Ms. Tanaka. Move to approve Resolution 4120, a resolution in support of local governance, and to ask the administration to deliver 62 copies to every state senator and every state representative.
Second the motion.
We have a motion and we have a second to move forward with Resolution 4120. Any questions? Roll call.
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Okay, we have 7 commissioners to move forward with Resolution 4120. Ms. Tanaka, just one thing for you. On the document you gave us, change the 2024 to 2025. Moving now to new business. Mr. Hertz, need a motion? Resolution 4105.
Yeah, I make a motion to approve Resolution 4105, a resolution calling a public hearing upon a proposal to extend Kent County Sewers Disposal District Number 1, Felton area, Gerald Ridge property.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hertz, second by Commissioner Scott, or Commissioner Sweeney. Any questions on the motion? Ms. Tanaka?
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Mr. Hertz, introduction of 4106.
Yeah, I'd like to make an introduction of 4106, a resolution upon a proposal to extend Kent County Sewers Disposal District Number 1 pursuant to Section 4606, Chapter 46, Title 9 of the Delaware Code as amended, Felton area, Gerald Ridge property for public hearing on Tuesday, May 27th, 2025 at 7 p.m.
Mr. Commissioner Hertz, I need a motion for Resolution 4107.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 4107, a resolution calling a public hearing upon a proposal to extend Kent County Sewage Disposal District Number 1, Garrison's Lake 5, Havarian Properties.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hertz, second by Commissioner Scott. Any questions? Roll call.
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Mr. Hertz, introduction of 4108.
Yeah, I'd like to make the introduction of 4108, a resolution upon a proposal to extend Kent County Sewage Disposal District Number 1 pursuant to Section 4606, Chapter 46, Title 9 of the Delaware Code as amended, Garrison's Lake 5, Havarian Properties for public hearing on Tuesday, May 27th, 2025 at 7 p.m.
Commissioner Angel?
Thank you, Madam President. Question for legal. There's 4 motions that are on here. We have to do these individually?
That is the preferred method.
Thank you. I move to renew and award the employee travel accident insurance coverage to New York Life L&W Insurance Broker at the cost of $1,000 per year for fiscal year 2026 as the lowest possible responsive bidder, meeting specifications, and further authorize the President Levy Court to execute the service agreement upon approval of the county attorney.
I have a motion by Commissioner Angel,
Second.
second by Commissioner Sweeney. Any questions? Roll call.
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Long-term disability insurance. I move to award the long-term disability insurance coverage to Madison National Life Insurance Company, the Mutual Pool Ports Inc. broker at a cost of .218 per 100 of monthly salary and a $4,050 monthly benefit limit for fiscal years 25-26 as the lowest responsible bidder, meeting specifications unless another cooperative trust can offer better coverage rates, and further authorize the President Levy Court to execute a service agreement upon approval of the county attorney.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Angel, second by Commissioner Sweeney. Any questions? Roll call.
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Commissioner Angel?
Life insurance with accidental death and dismemberment insurance. Move to approve the basic employee life and accidental death and dismemberment insurance coverage to the standard insurance company L&W Insurance Broker at the rate of 18 cents per thousand of salary rate for basic life, 5,000 for eligible retirees with a rate of .017 per thousand of salary rate for AD&D benefits for eligible employees, and the optional voluntary life disability / AD&D insurance coverage at the rate quoted for fiscal years 2026, 2027 as the lowest responsible bidder, meeting specifications unless other cooperative trusts can offer better coverage rates, and further authorize the President Levy Court to execute a service agreement upon the approval of the county attorney. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Angel, second by Commissioner Scott. Any questions? Roll call.
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Dental insurance. I move to renew the existing agreement with Delta Dental of Delaware, Inc. at the administrative fee of $3.61 per month per contract for a 2-year term. Retain the current plan design, 2,000 calendar year maximum benefit and cost share, and further authorize the President Levy Court to execute a service agreement upon approval of the county attorney.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Angel, second by Commissioner Sweeney. Any questions? Roll call.
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Any information items from any of the commissioners? Any public comment? Anyone on the phone?
If there's anyone joining us online that would like to make public comments at this time, please indicate by raising electronic hand or pressing *3 if you're joining us by phone. I see no hands raised online, Madam President.
Thank you. Any commissioner comments?
Commissioner Pepper, I hope you're having a good time without us.
Oh, yeah, I think I can manage.
Okay, at this point, we're going to adjourn our business meeting. We're going to go back to the workshop, and that will be followed by an executive session.
Question for the president. We approved a motion for executive session last week, correct? Thank you.
Commissioner Scott?
Thank you, Madam President. Immediately following the business meeting, if needed, in the caucus room for executive session for preliminary discussion on a site acquisition for publicly funded capital improvement, legal strategy sessions regarding collective bargaining and/or pending potential litigation and personnel matters pursuant to 29 Delaware C 10004 B2, 4, and 9 for next week, May the 27th.
Okay, thank you. We're going to adjourn now to workshop.
Second motion.
Followed by executive session, and we will not be returning.
Madam President, at the request of IT, can we stay for the one item for workshop here so we don't have to transfer back and forth in the
Sure.
room?
Anyone have a problem staying here?
No, we have to vote on the motion for next week.
Commissioner Scott? We have a motion. Do we have a second? Motion by Commissioner Scott, second by Commissioner Angel. Roll call.
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Madam President, make a motion to adjourn us to a workshop.
Second.
All in favor? County Administrator Sippel?
Yes, thank you, Madam President. Back to our topic, we were discussing the job description review. You've heard my recommendation of changing the pay from 2129 to 2130 and recommending changing the job title from the Assistant County Administrator to the Director of Administration.
Questions for the County Administrator?
So this will put them in charge of administration, but not IT.
That's correct. IT would be put underneath of the County Administrator.
And just to be clear, in a year, or whatever it takes, we could go back and look at this and possibly consider that person as a trainee for being your successor.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And they would not be, they would have only certain departments of administration that would answer to them, correct?
That's correct. It's written in the job description, which would be facilities management, human resources, economic development, and the staff with PIO and the administrative staff. That's correct. It's all written in the first paragraph of the job description.
Commissioner Pepper, do you have comments?
I'm in favor of what the county administrator is proposing. I think it makes sense to me.
Mr.
Yes. What would you like me to say?
Sounds like it's under duress. Commissioner Scott?
Call for consensus vote.
Whatever's on your mind.
I'm a fan of having that position. The concern that I have is the same concern that I shared a month ago when I said we were going to draw a hard line with these increased pay grades and pay studies, and we opted to do that. I understand this is a different position altogether, but I think that's where some of my animosity with it comes from, is the fact that, you know, we turned down these other positions, several of them, for pay grade increases. But I also understand what the county administrator is trying to accomplish here. So, to be quite frank, I'm kind of torn with it myself.
Mr. Hertz.
I'm not torn with the pay. I understand what you're trying to do. I just want a clear definition of what we're expecting of it. Because Mr. Sweeney just said something interesting, revisit in a year and see if we want to train this person. What is the expectation for them just to run the admin and HR and facilities? Is that the expectation and the only expectation?
Let me read the general description for you. The purpose of this position is to provide support to the county administrator in the daily management and operations of county government. Under the supervision of the county administrator, this position provides direct oversight of divisions within the administrative department, serving as the immediate supervisor for the directors of human resources, facilities, economic development, and public relations office. And if you look down through the duties and responsibilities, they will be working side by side with me and learning the county administrative position. It's like my right hand position. So they'll be involved in the day-to-day operations.
Well, my point, and I've had this point with prior people in this position, is that if they're going to be your sidekick and learn, and you're going to teach them what they should do, shouldn't they be in every meeting that you're in? Isn't that part of their training to see how things go in these meetings? Shouldn't they be in every department head meeting? Shouldn't they be involved in that kind of stuff if you're trying to train them so they see what's going on instead of being in the background?
I don't disagree with you. I think you're pertaining to one meeting, and in particular, and that was a department head meeting. What we did is we agreed upon that we were separating the department heads and the directors. I had a meeting with the department heads, newly taken over the county administrator position, to give them an opportunity to speak to me directly. The assistant county administrator was dealing with the directors. We were handling the same type of topics and then coming together afterwards and communicating what went on at both meetings.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I wasn't really referencing that. I was actually referencing, it was actually a general thing. I mean, not just that one meeting that we all know about. I'm not questioning that. It's overdone with. I just meant in general being your sidekick at meetings, like when you meet with people about public safety, maybe building the EMS and stuff. All kinds of meetings. That's
No, I agree. I agree that they should be involved in the meetings. As you've seen in past experiences, the individual that was holding the assistant county administrator attended the workshops when available, business meetings. She attended most meetings that she was available to be there. So I consider this person will be doing the same thing.
Commissioner Hall?
Yeah, I agree with Commissioner Hertz in that we have a lot of senior people who know a lot about their lane, right? But in terms of public outreach, attending, intergovernment meetings, leadership meetings, if we think that the person that we hire has a chance of running, if the situation arises and they have a shot at it, then we want to give them every opportunity to do that. And I'll take it one step further and say that we should be very clear in the hiring process about expectations, so that we don't hire someone who thinks, I'll step in the breach or that they understand you will compete or you will be considered among many other people. Because they'll be we just don't want them coming on board thinking, oh yeah, I am number two. And I don't know how to convey that, but anyway, I think we need to consider it.
Or you just say you're not automatically number two. I mean, that's going to be a process. I think we determined that if there was a number two pick, that us as commissioners will pick that at that time. Whether something happens to Kevin, I hope not. But if something does, then that's our choice at this time, and we maintain that.
You earn the right to be number two.
Correct, you earn the right. And just because this person comes in, they may be young, it's great to teach them and let them learn, but it doesn't make them automatically number two. And I think we would all agree the two that we've had previous, though they're great people, were not number twos.
Commissioner Scott?
County Administrator, just to clarify, you don't foresee this as creating any kind of a pay grade equity problem with the existing directors, department heads, et cetera?
I do not at this time. And if you actually look at the last page, it kind of shows you where this would fall in line. It would fall underneath of all of the directors at this time.
Thank you, sir. And also, for your application process, you doing it just internally, externally, or both? Or have you not decided that yet?
Yes, we will be doing both at the same time, internal, externally at the same time, forming a committee to do the interviews.
Thank you, sir.
Now, did we change that where the commissioners have some say in that? I thought we changed that. We didn't?
Any other questions down here? Commissioner Sweeney? Commissioner Angel?
Yes, I'm still struggling with this whole thing because you all weren't here when I first came on board, when we actually hired the directors, levy court commissioners, to put people in place. When I first became a commissioner and was put in administration, the first thing I said was, we need backups for our directors. We had no backups. Then I turned to our county administrator and I said, we don't have a backup for you either. I've always been a proponent for administration to have a backup, another person in place. So I like what Kevin has said. However, I don't like the way we're going because it goes against what I believe. And if something should happen to Kevin, yes, we have people that we could put in place, but we could also put somebody in place that could have experience and start getting the attention of what levy court's all about and how it's run with the aid of levy court commissioners and our directors. And so that's where I'm struggling. I'm having a major issue about making this change because I still feel we need a second person in charge if something should happen to fill in.
Mr. Pepper, you have any other comments?
Just one. I don't want it to be, the responsibilities to be closed-ended. I think that there may be, I haven't seen it or heard it, but there should be a statement in there, any other responsibilities or duties that the county administrator may deem necessary.
Kevin, you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. Show of hands to move this forward based on the recommendations from the county administrator that this position will be called a director of administration. Show of hands. Mr. Pepper,
My hands up.
hand up.
Hands up. Me too.
Okay. 6 in favor, 1 in opposition. I'm sorry, 6 in favor, 1 not voting. This moves forward to business meeting? This moves forward to the business meeting. Thank you. Now we move into executive session, correct?